Holy shit. Welcome back, everyone. We are zipping the Mick, and this is week 7.
Yes.
God damn it, Jimmy. We have to jump right into what's going on right now, and I think that is bye weeks. No,
hmm
I'm just kidding. Trades, dude.
hmm
Fucking trades.
A lot of crazy ones, man. You
Yeah.
called it. You called that one though, man. You called that Devontae trade.
Well, I said it. Well, he had that choice to go to New
hmm
Orleans. And what I said was if he goes to the Jets,
hmm
and it was likely that he was going to, he's doing it to pad stats.
hmm
And because they're not going in, that team
It's not
doesn't
gonna win.
it doesn't really get any better in
No,
my eyes. I
no.
mean, it may pull out maybe a win or two. Those
hmm
Hail Marys now,
hmm
maybe are gonna be completed or,
hmm
you know, whatever. It won't be an interception because you're going to be throwing to Devontae.
hmm
You may pull out 2 wins because of this. I'm getting a fucking spam call. Fuck you. But the three big before we get too deep into that, the three
hmm
biggest trades that I've seen are the Devontae Adams to
Yep.
the Jets. We got Amari Cooper to the Bills. I didn't even
I knew that was happening, man. I
did
knew it was
you?
happening. Yeah. You remember I
And
talked about it? I talked about it saying that it would be a better trade, like their Amari Cooper trade, because he was on the block 2 weeks ago. They put him on the block 2 weeks ago.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, they put him
I
on the block.
did not realize that.
But no, like you're saying, was Coop.
And the third, probably biggest relevant one right
Mhm.
now is the Cam Akers back to Minnesota.
Yeah, but that
That
that's
one doesn't really make sense, but I
because
mean,
nobody knows what Cam Akers is, man. Like, is he the old Cam Akers? Before Williams, before
and
injuries, like
let's break down the Adams to the Jets trade first. Uh, I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I still feel like that. Yeah, like after you said what you said about him just going to like for numbers, man. Like for him to go there, like he's not gonna. It don't make any sense to me. Like if you want to win, like if you want to ring, I'm not thinking Jets, man. I'm sorry. I'm just nobody's thinking Jets. Like not with the mediocre defense. The coaching. What coaching? They just fired their coach. So like you, and then on
And
top,
now you go and get this, like,
it gets so much worse.
who's running that team?
Not just that, it gets so much worse. Like how long is Aaron Rodgers going to be there? So what kind of contract are you going to sign, not knowing the kind of caliber of quarterbacks over the last 15 years they brought to New Dirty Jers? You know what I mean? Like just think
Yes,
about that. Like, what kind of contract are you going to sign there? You
yes,
just,
and what I'm looking at is it's clearly it's only almost a replication of the old the Green Bay Packers team
mhm,
with because like they already went and got Lazard for him,
mhm,
and now they're bringing Adams back. They're getting the band back together. Where I talked about
yeah,
that before too, and the they don't seem to realize that one, that team didn't win a championship in
mhm,
Green Bay. Two, we're now 5 years older. Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown a game or hasn't thrown throw over a 300-yard game since this entire season or
at
since he's
all.
been with the Jets, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. This year, I don't think he has. I think he
Yeah,
got close. I think he got like 298, like close,
294.
something like that. It was like
Yeah.
close. It was real close.
Had
But
that last one not been an interception, he would have gotten over 300 yards and probably a win. So maybe that's the mark. Like if
mhm.
Aaron Rodgers throws for 300 yards, they're thinking like that's going to be a win for us. And it very well might be with Devontae Adams. Like I said, they're probably going to squeeze 1 or 2 wins out of that with that
Mhm.
trade. But these guys are not the dudes from 5 years ago.
It don't make any sense, man. The whole thing don't make sense, man. Because why go back? Like Devontae left. You remember? Like the whole debacle between Aaron Rodgers. Like I don't know if I want to retire. Like I don't know if I want to be
Exactly. And that's
here.
why Devontae was like, well, fuck you, I'm out of here.
My
And
my
then
feelings my feelings are hurt because y'all drafted a quarterback instead of giving me a weapon. Like
yeah,
like the chaos. Like you don't remember all that. That's why you left.
and they're going back to that.
Green Bay offered pretty much the same amount of money as the Raiders did, but
I don't
he was like, no, because I don't know. Like, why go back to that? I would have went. I would have went to the Saints, man. I still
Yeah,
stand by that. I would have went to the Saints.
that would be the better team to go to if you wanted to see a ring.
He could have
Uh,
saw. He could have saw NFC like championship at
yeah,
least if he
easy.
did that. You know, like
Especially the way the NFC's looking.
because they got a good team. The Saints got a good team, man. They still
Yeah,
like. I don't. Their running back is not the same man he was in the past, but he's still good.
he's still
He
putting up.
still come out the back. He still
Taysom
come out
Hill's
the
going to be
backfield.
coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah. So like, I just don't see that move, man. I don't understand that move. And the
It's
great.
it's it's the Pat Stads, and I think I would go on a limb and say that the Jets offered more money.
Mhm. No, no, no. That no. I read the contract. No, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. So
Mm,
this dude had he. So he went there. Originally, they would have to pay like between $9 and $13 million for the rest of this season. But
okay.
he restructured his contract where his contract he's getting paid 3.2 million dollars for the rest of the game. And then on top of that, like his next 2 years, 25, 26, they're voided. So now he's in renegotiation pretty much. That's what's so it's going to be a Reddick. Like, dude, like they're not going to pay him. They're not going to. They just wasted another draft pick. They're not going to pay him. Like, you going to pay that
It-
man 35 million?
no, I mean maybe they might,
I
and
don't.
that I mean they traded him for a conditional third round draft pick.
Hmm.
Do you understand? Did you see what those conditions
Yeah,
are?
like
It
he
turns
has
into he it turns into a second round if
a
he does two things. What are those two things?
pro. He goes to All Pro. He's
Yeah,
an All
first or
Pro. Your first or second team All Pro. I think that was
yep,
one of
that's
the
one.
conditions. Yeah. The other one, I didn't know what the other condition was.
Dude, it has to be a fucking AFC fucking
Championship.
championship or a Super Bowl appearance.
That is not happening.
It's gonna be a third round pick. It's gonna be a
That
third
is not
round pick.
happening, man.
There's no
Like,
fucking way.
I don't understand why you take a pay cut to go there, man. Like,
It doesn't, dude. If I'm Garrett Wilson right now, I am pissed. I am pissed. Okay. I get you bringing in Devontae, but it's Devontae Adams. This guy doesn't have a fucking record of being that veteran wide
mhm,
receiver that brings those dudes under his arm. It's always been about him.
him.
It's always been about him.
Mhm.
So if I'm Garrett Wilson right now, I feel threatened big time. I want the fuck out. I
Unless
mean, I don't
unless
want to
he
stay.
unless him getting older, man, changes his whole like mindset and he tries to do something different. Like, I don't know, man, because he's doing something different right now I didn't think he was gonna do. Like $3.2 million, man. He took a pay cut and he voided his contract.
Because they sold
Like,
him on some bullshit like he's gonna, make it to a championship. They're like blowing smoke up
yeah,
his
but
ass.
no, like
You
he has
remember
eyes, man. He has
Right.
eyes.
I don't know, man. There's some good fucking talking people out there. You seen you like when they bring in that mentalist guy and he
Yeah.
blows all their minds. And yeah, you just bring in someone like that and then can convince anyone that like, yeah, we can win a championship. Remember how well you did with Aaron before?
Yep.
Look at all these bonuses that, if you hit these certain yards, you're definitely going to hit it with Aaron again, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. You're going to make money. I don't know. It can't be that
It's
going to the Jets was going to be a championship run for him. It
dude,
can't.
like if he
Think about
was no, but if he was going to do that, take a pay cut. Like he could have made more money, a little bit more money, took less of a pay cut, and went to the Saints because they had cap space to get him.
Yeah,
If he was going to void his last two, man, like that's just a rent. Like I'll rent you out for 9 games to get us hopefully to a championship or something. You know what I mean? Like
but then what happens after that?
I don't know what he's doing, man. Like
Yeah.
because is he going for a huge contract? Does he think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be his best opportunity to be
So
get a bigger contract? Because
so it's is it a situation where they're backloading the contract, like sign now for this much, and if you
mm-mm.
make us that much better on the back end, you're going to get double
No,
whatever. I
it
don't
was
know.
no the contract that he has that I read that it talked about all the rounds, like what everybody gave up and how
Dang.
he restructured. He pretty much like straight up this year he restructured and made it $3.2 million for like 8 9 games, whatever it's left in the season.
Yeah.
And then next year he this is crazy, man, because next year in 2025 he was supposed to make like 35 point something This 35 million for that year, and then the
with
following year,
Vegas.
yeah, the
Okay.
following year he was supposed to make 36 million, like almost 37. It's like 36.5 million. That he was like, I'm just gonna walk away and I'm gonna go here to like to New Jersey and go play with Aaron Rodgers. So like, how's it gonna benefit? One, like the reason Aaron is
Stats.
struggling, dude, they have no offensive line. That man ain't gonna be able to get you the ball. And if he can, if you're open, guess what? He's not gonna reach you. He's not gonna fucking reach you, man.
I think they can scheme him in to the point that it would make them both happy with the way the play calling will go. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it's going to
I
work.
don't think it's gonna work, man. Like
But
not for a championship. Like the
no,
AFC, man, is just too hard. NFC, you could go all the way to the Super Bowl. Like if you want, if you truly, that's what lets me know that the moves that Devontae is making right now are not moves to win a Super Bowl.
no, they
It's
aren't.
to either, like you said, like put his numbers up or make money and get
It has to be
contracts.
that because it's not
Because he's
money.
not
You're talking to me about he took pay cuts.
he don't
So
want it don't make any sense, man,
he's looking
because
for a Hall of Fame jacket, I'm
dude, like,
assuming.
bro, you need a ring. You need a
Pretty
ring.
much
It's got
nowadays,
yeah,
yeah.
you need a ring now, man. Like
Or
you
you just run up fucking
yeah.
stats with your fucking old QB that 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think it would be easier in the past pretty much, if you didn't have a Super Bowl. Because there's
Yeah,
so many great players that never won a Super Bowl.
Dan
Now
Marino.
but now, like, I mean, there's not great players like that.
No.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah, I hear you.
Mahomes is going to be a great player, but he's not there
He
yet.
he already is.
But he's
He
not. But he's not. To me, like it's not enough years, bro. Like we're
okay.
talking about
He's
4 years right now, 4 or 5 years.
yeah,
Like we don't know.
but he's currently a great player,
Yeah.
Jimmy. Are
Oh
we
yeah, he's
saying
great.
Hall of Fame
I'm talking about
worthy?
elite. I'm
Like
talking about.
if his leg gets cut off next week,
Oh
we
no.
will discuss Hall of
Yeah.
Fame
Yeah.
later, but
Mhm.
definitely right now he is
I'm
a great.
talking. No, I'm talking about an elite player that we
Oh,
had. Like he's this man. He don't have enough time and grade for me to see. Like as of right now, as an active quarterback, he's the best quarterback in the NFL, no question.
yeah.
But like generally right now, I can't. I don't know his whole body of work yet because we only got like this much years. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? We're talking about guys that like
He's gonna end up changing the game because
he is.
he's gonna require defensive coordinators to start coming up with new shit to scheme against stuff that he's doing. Like
Hmm.
that little shove, the inside shovel pass that like has always been something I'd like to think, but
Hmm.
has I don't ever you never see it anymore until all of a sudden they started doing it again.
Hmm.
And it's gonna definitely change the game.
Yeah.
He's gonna his quarterback play is changing the game, and
As we
it's
speak.
gonna be great.
Mm.
Yeah,
But no, like it will. Like I'm not denying that in any measure because he's like you said, man. He always has what the how unique this gentleman is, man.
yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do with the baseball background. You know what I mean? How he's able to just
It's
pop it
that
off his hip,
yeah.
man. Like most people
It
can't
makes me
pop their
worry about
hip
his shoulder. It
and
really
his hip.
does.
Like you got to worry
Yeah,
about his hip too, man.
yeah.
Like
Well,
both of
you
those.
already know
Yeah,
his hips are
yeah.
weird because of the way he runs.
Because how
Goes straight up.
he this
He
dude
runs straight up.
he's like one of the only dudes I know consistently and accurately could throw across his body. You know what I mean? Like and
Dude, that's that
launching.
baseball. That's that baseball thing.
And
That's that.
he could bring it
That's
he could bring it like a baseball,
dude.
like
Yeah,
low
when
from the
you're
ground and like curl up with it, man. Like this shit's crazy.
yeah.
There's no question. He's
So
gonna change it.
that's, I mean, I think that is like we were saying about him changing the game, that when coaches and dads start recognizing that, like, okay, with a, it's like having a wrestling background in the UFC.
Hmm.
Like, look, to be a quarterback in the NFL, like have a good like shortstop, a good
Hmm.
baseball
Hmm.
defensive background, and it will help you in the NFL, make you or help you with these. Because remember, back in the day, it was never throw across your body,
Mm-mm.
ever,
Mm-mm.
ever. And to this day, it's dwindling
Hmm.
less and less because more quarterbacks are doing it and making these passes
Crazy passes, man.
because they are practicing it more and they're completing it. And now it's my asshole doesn't pucker enough up like the way it used to when they would throw across their body.
Hmm.
Because now I'm expecting to see a wide open tight end in the middle of the
Always.
fucking field. And
Or a running back coming out of the backfield. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah, just like
hey
I
diddle
get that.
diddle, Ray Rice up the middle. That's all that fucking shit.
Oh man. But
I
yeah,
mean,
like
okay. We're getting a little bit off topic. We're talking about the
the
trade.
Devontae. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I just think, like I said, man, I just think it's fucking. I don't understand the trade. I
So
don't. Like,
this the second biggest one and is the Amari Cooper to the Bills.
hmm
Um, like you said, you saw this coming. I didn't know.
yeah,
I didn't realize that
dude.
that was on the.
I was hoping Jerry Jones would fucking bite the bullet because he made a mistake getting rid of this man.
He's not gonna do that.
Nah, but but this dude, I saw him. They put him on the trading block, probably like I said, about 2 3 weeks ago. Like he was up on the trading block, and they're trying to clean house, man, because they got that big ass contract, fucking for the quarterback. That's fucking horrible that they won't sit down. And now I think they're just cleaning house and it's losing. They're just gonna
How
stick with him.
many how many phone calls do you make on a burner phone if you're Amari? You know, like calling dudes on other teams, like,
Dude,
yo,
you got to understand, Amari
get
started
me the
drop.
fuck
Look,
out of here.
over pretty much since he started like hearing the rumors and believing the rumors and everything was going on about his trade. Like he started sucking. He started sucking, man. Like I mean, he pretty much did. He stopped catching balls. Like he was dropping
Well,
balls. He gave up on routes. Like that's the best route to
I
me.
mean,
That is the best route running in the NFL.
I mean,
Still
it
to this
is.
day.
Look at his quarterback. I mean, he's not. I mean, that guy's not really doing anything anyway. But
But
what?
it don't make any sense, man. Because like I was talking about Amari Cooper, the years he's been there, this man played with like one season. I think he played with like five different quarterbacks.
Why
Eleven
didn't
hundred yards. 1100
Jerry?
yards. You know.
Jerry could have had. He had didn't at one point they had Amari Cooper
Yeah,
and
we
CeeDee Lamb.
traded because he wouldn't get the COVID. He wanted to get a vaccination. He was the only guy that didn't get a vaccination, so they put him on the trading block.
Are you
Fuck.
fucking serious?
No, let me tell you what the worst shit about. You know how much he was making a year that still be on his contract right now? Like he's still on his cowboy contract. You know what it'd be right now? It would be like I think $20 million the Cowboys were paying him, like 20 mil a year. And they said that was too much.
Oh my fucking
20 mil. Yeah.
God. But you're gonna throw money at Dak.
Dude,
You're
they
gonna
just
bring
no, but
fucking
it's
easy
crazy.
back. You're gonna bring easy back.
Dude, they fucking signed him in the following year. They gave him extension the following year. They traded this motherfucker because he said something when Jerry was telling him to get a vaccination. And the man said, "This is my body, man. I'm gonna do what I want with it."
Jerry
And
Jones
he was
is
traded. So he was like, "It's your body, but it's my business. You're
yep.
gone." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's a businessman. That's what he
yeah.
does. He's turning into who is the old guy from the Raiders that
Mhm.
ran that organization into the
Oh, he's
ground.
worse, man. Al
Yeah,
Davis? Fuck
yeah,
no. He's
yeah.
worse. Dude, he's worse.
Well, yeah, because the
Since it,
drugs nowadays allow his
yeah.
dementia to
Yeah.
just last a little bit longer,
Mhm.
whereas Al Davis was like he shit the bed pretty
Yeah.
hard and then died.
Yeah,
But
but
Jerry's just
he's a
what
robot.
the
He's
fuck,
gonna be
dude?
108 then running that organization.
Yeah.
He
He's
ain't
got
going
the money
nowhere.
to live that long.
Man, he's spending LeBron money on staying healthy, man. So,
But so Amari Cooper goes to the Bills, and then
for nothing.
yeah, and then Cam Akers goes to Minnesota. We'll
Yeah,
we'll talk about that one on its
yeah.
own. So between the Adams to the Jets and Cooper to the Bills, which team benefits more? Do you think? Which one is the better or the bigger trade in your eyes?
Coop. I have to say Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to say Cooper. And there's a lot of reasons, man, because like that's 800K. That's what it's costing them. 800,000, man.
Nothing. That's a
Nothing.
drop in the bucket.
And the
That's a
beauty
fan through a fucking table in
and
Buffalo.
he is possibly having one of his worst years that he had since playing in the last 6 years. I promise. Like this is it's statistically his worst fucking year. And I
I'll tell
think
you what, man.
that's going to benefit him, bro. Like his contract. So like I feel that it's perfect. It's a perfect marriage because he's going to be a good fit with Buffalo. It's going to open up Buffalo to fucking something so much different, man. Because this guy's gonna come in and he's gonna train all those receivers up. The reason Lamb is what Lamb is because every day Coop was on the sidelines like, nah, man, you want to break on this route. Like he showed him all the route trees as a rookie. And he said, this is your job. And he made him turn into a route runner. He wasn't a route runner until Cooper showed him how to be. He's gonna do the same thing in Buffalo, man. And on top of that, he's probably gonna cost you 22, 23 million dollars a year as a receiver. That's what he's
which
gonna
is
cost you. Nothing.
yeah, nothing.
So it's a
Nothing for that
perfect
much
marriage.
talent.
It's a perfect marriage, man. Like if any like since Alabama, Amari Cooper to me has been like through the edge of time, like the best receiver that came out of Alabama, man. Like in my book.
All right.
I just feel that because
I can't think
his
of anyone
route,
else off the top of my mind to fucking because I
his
always remember
routes.
Alabama as Alabama being a a great team.
Mm-hmm.
But once Alabama players get to the NFL, I don't fucking know them. Like they
Mm-hmm.
just become
Nothing.
it's never this guy's from
Mm.
I don't know. Does that make sense? I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
get it. No, I get it
Okay.
because the longevity of the career that you forget about them. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them ain't shit.
Yeah.
Running backs, defensive players that come out of Alabama usually last, but like other than that, but no, like Coop, man, like Coop, he's just good. That kid's been good since he was good with the Raiders. He was good with the Cowboys. He was excellent with Cleveland until this year. Like I think he's
I'm
going Buffalo with that package they got.
dude.
You got
I'm
a good
glad
quarterback, man.
they have a great quarterback. I'm glad you went with that because that was going to be my outlook on it because like I said before, the Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers hook back up is dude, it's like one of those relationships where it went like when you knew your friend and he had this girlfriend when they were young and they were pretty fun, but then it ended like in a toxic way. And then 4 years later, they're like, "Hey, remember that girl I used to date?" And you're like, "Yeah,
No,
but oh,
I
I
got
saw her again." And you're like, "Oh, you know what? It's gonna start out hot, and then it's just gonna fit. It's gonna get bad quick."
no like what I would compare it to is Ben Affleck and J Lo the second time. That's what it
Yeah,
is, man.
it's
It's gonna blow up. It's gonna
never go
blow up.
back, dude.
Look, it's going
Never go back.
he's gonna bang the stripper again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or the nanny. Like it's something's gonna
It,
like,
the whole we're both in a
it's
different place
dude,
now.
I'm telling you, like I don't think
Dude,
anything good comes out of that whole situation.
Aaron Rodgers and
I think it goes
Devontae
bad.
Adams are fucking gay for each other. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're
I
fucking
mean, I
gay
wasn't
for
gonna
each.
say all that, but like that's
I'll say it.
all
They're
right, brother.
bringing it back. They're like, hey, we're gonna try this love affair again, because Devontae Adams clearly doesn't love his family. If you've watched Hard Knocks, that
Oh
thing
man.
is that's a hard sell. I ain't buying any of that shit. So, but fuck them. Cooper to the Bills. Josh Allen has another weapon,
Yep.
a fucking veteran
He
weapon who
needed it.
still has,
He
dude.
needed it.
Bills. That could be
Dude,
that could be the point that beats the Chiefs.
just
You
think about
understand?
like this. Think no, but this is like I look at the whole picture because I'm weird, man. But I look at the
You
whole
are weird.
picture.
You're
So
weird as
like,
fuck.
so they got Coop. Coop is still young enough, but old enough as a veteran, but young enough to still give you 3, 4 years, quality years, man. You know what I mean? So he got one more contract in him. You got cheap receivers right now because they're young receivers that you have. Now they got one of the best receivers in the NFL that's going to coach them all up. Dude, I'm telling you, watch what these receivers turn into. Not this year, but if they sign Coop long term, a year and a half from now, watch what these receivers are doing,
Dude,
man. I'm
do you
telling you,
understand?
it's gonna be crazy.
You know who's sitting over on the Bills roster too? Curtis Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
That veteran's
Mm-hmm.
still there. I mean, he's kind of
He's like
he's
a
number
Watson.
four, number five.
He's like a Watson,
Yeah, the
like
Sammy,
receiver.
Mister.
Yeah, he's like
Oh, wait, Watkins.
yeah, Watkins.
What, Mister
Watkins. Yeah.
Sammy Watkins? Yeah,
Like, he's like
yeah,
him, man. Like on a third down, he's gonna give you that first down.
yeah.
He's
He
gonna give you
has
that
that
first down.
explosiveness, or yeah, he'll go up the middle for you once, and then
Yeah,
he's gonna
that's
sit
it.
down for about a half.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, man.
But dude,
Like I think that's gonna be a solid. That's a solid pickup. You know
the
what I mean?
Bill, who is the Bills running back? I don't even think it matters.
I mean, they.
James Cook. It was James. It's James
He's
Cook,
hurt.
right?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's
Hurt.
hurt
And
though.
who's? I don't even know it doesn't even fucking matter. As long as you got
It's
a healthy somebody who can gain 3 yards and occasionally catch a pass, which if you're
yeah,
running back deep,
yeah.
you have that, that change of back pat, change of I can't even fucking
Get it
say
out, brother.
the
Change,
change of
change your
pace back.
pace. Yeah,
Yeah,
change your
change of
pace.
pace back. There you
I
go.
got you, my brother. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
But I mean, if you can find somebody who's just mediocre at that, and that offense now is all right, or a guy who can just pass block, give Josh Allen
I
another
mean,
couple seconds, or just give him a space, and
you
he's
got,
gonna run for it.
but the
The
difference
Bills
is
are
people talk about Lamar and his rushing ability. Like people talk about, but like you got to understand about Josh Allen. That man's 260. He's a linebacker, man.
yeah,
Like running with the ball. Like he's a
he's a
quarterback.
big
He's a big dude.
he's a
Like
corn-fed white boy, dude.
he's a
But
big dude. So
yeah,
like that's part of your run game because like, that's what that kid could do, man. Like he could launch it on you. And it's so sad, man, because I'm like the Bills every year. I'm like, man, the Bills got the team. They're gonna be okay. And then something happens. You know, they just fall a debacle. Like
but they're always okay offensively throughout the entire season. For some reason, they just well, they can't
it's the same thing.
outscore the Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
It's you need to outscore the Chiefs.
Yeah, but
That's
that's what you need to do, man. You got to work on fucking like bringing in the pieces to better your defense, whether it's your secondary
dude.
coaches. Like you have to
All
work
right,
on.
I'm a, I have a defensive background in sports. Again, it doesn't go
Come on,
anywhere past high school,
come on.
so I'm all about defense.
Yeah, come.
But I am fucking serious right now that whatever defense you put up against Andy Reid, he's gonna figure out,
Hmm.
and he has the quarterback and the weapons,
No,
whatever,
it's
to beat you. You need to outscore the Chiefs.
you have to.
Expect them to get down the field and score. And then just know that you have the offense to do the same.
Hmm.
And then hopefully he fucks up because that's the way it's looking right now with the Chiefs. And I think the Bills know that, and they are
Hmm.
adding Amari Cooper, and they are putting, dude, Josh Allen can just throw wherever down the field, and
Hmm.
he's going to have 2 guys out there, 3 guys. I mean, they still have Dawson Knox and Duncan
Yeah,
Kincaid.
and I mean they're
They're tight ends.
that's what they really need is a good tight end. They have good. They don't really
They,
have good
they
receivers.
had two. They
Knox
had
ain't
two.
really good, man. Like
Bullshit.
Knox ain't really
Oh,
good,
he's been
man.
hurt
Like
lately, but that they
uh,
have Kincaid
la
coming
la
right up the back.
no, the last 2 3 years, Knox really hasn't performed. You know, like he hasn't. Like
Because
he's
he's been
been
hurt.
yeah.
Because he's been hurt.
I'm
But
just saying.
Dawson Knox, and Duncan Kincaid. The fact that I know they're number one and number two tight ends should say something alone about their
Well, they
offensive
hit and
ability.
miss. They're the same tight ends that will light it up, give you 70
Yeah.
yards and 2 tutties, and then disappear for 3 games and give you 15 yards, 13 yards. You know what I
Travis
mean?
Kelsey's the same
Uh,
fucking way.
Travis Kelsey's old, but we're talking about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Travis Kelsey.
Okay.
If we're talking 2 years ago, it's totally different. Travis, he's old, man. Like that guy's old, man. Come on, man. Like he's old now. Like this year ruined him because he got Taylor Swift and all that shit. He's so out of
That'll
shape.
take a couple of years
I
off you,
have,
dude. All
dude. I
those
have.
hip thrusts
Let me ask you,
on that
like
bony ass butt.
your girl is a Kansas City Chiefs, so you watch a lot of fucking games, more than
Yeah,
likely.
I watch a lot of Chiefs
Yeah,
games.
so
Just
you,
for Taylor Swift, though. That's the
yeah,
only reason I watch them.
fucking Kelsey never takes himself out the game. He's always fucking all down, fucking tight end. This year, this motherfucker pulls himself out the game every other play. You watch him.
Well,
He,
dude, I guess because that's because Mr. Swift
he's
is like, you
tired.
better start pulling out. You
Nah,
better
he's
start pulling
tired.
out,
This
motherfucker. And
motherfucker was
his
making
whole
movies. He was on tour with his girl,
Mhm.
fucking like all over the world. Like this motherfucker was in shooting movies, like in actual movies and shit. Like, dude, he
They hate
wasn't. He
him.
like you could see it this year, man. Like
Good.
he's too old for that shit, man. You gotta play. You gotta train. Like you're too old, and it's showing. It's showing
Yeah,
this
well,
year.
he's doing a lot. He's
Yeah,
like
it's showing.
like a military just spreading themselves too thin.
Like Gray. like Gray is showing them out right now. The backup tight end
Yeah,
for the Chiefs, like he's like he's a
dude,
better
that's what
tight end.
happens.
Yeah, he's a better tight end.
It's bound to happen. That's what happens in football. Like
Mm,
players get old, that transition starts happening, and then guys like you and I still want to hold
mm,
on to
mm.
what these dudes were, and we don't recognize in the moment that their
Oh,
shit's
he's
over
done.
with. He's done.
Yeah.
Like we need to start moving on from him.
No,
And
that's
then
why
we
that's
go
why I was telling you about this. Like,
bang Taylor Swift as
yeah,
we
because
advance.
you were talking about Kincaid and Knox, and I was like, they're younger. I was like, Kelsey, he's old. Like I
No,
kind of figure he's old now, man. Like we can't like back 2 years ago, Kelsey, like he was putting in work, fucking leading rusher receiver, like 4 years in a row type shit. Like
yeah.
last couple years, last year he was kind of banged up, but this year, like man, he went to shit. Like he's dookie, man. Like he's I don't mean to put it like that, but like
Yeah,
he is
you do.
not
You
he's
said
not good,
it.
man.
Okay,
He's
I
not
believe you.
good, man. Like I hate to say it because that's my guy, man. Like look, man. Like I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I respect their fucking players because they got a fucking team, man. Like
Yeah.
all the way around. They're like the fucking Golden State Warriors to me, man. They got good pieces all the way around. You know what I mean? So
They got the Splash Brothers, except those
yeah,
brothers are splashing in a
yeah.
blonde
They,
pussy.
they,
They're both look at Mahomes and Kelsey. They got two skinny blonde bitches that they're.
Come on.
Yeah. But okay, well, I wanted to get into trades, and I think we talked about that. So, Jimmy, I think it's your turn to bring up a topic.
Shit, man.
Yep, with something.
I
Want to
want
talk
to.
about?
We want to. I know we were talking about trades and NFL and stuff, man. But you want to talk about any of the college games that went
Oh,
down?
Jimmy, I want to talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk
So
about.
let's talk about this Alabama's because I ain't shit on Alabama today. So like I'm
Yes,
on.
please.
So let's talk about Alabama, man. What's going on there?
They suck all types of dicks,
Hmm. Hmm.
especially the Bama dicks.
Yeah, they almost
Yeah.
choked on the Gamecock. You know,
Yeah. And they should like they're not as they need to be categorized right behind
come on,
Miami as frauds. They don't need to
both of
be.
them. They should be there. They should be
Yep.
seriously. The fucking ball bounced their way. They should be like FSU right now. They should be over there sitting there and nobody talking about them. But because they're fucking keep winning, or barely fucking pulling shit off, man, they fucking.
I will admit, because I watched that game, South Carolina could have been better. They
Mhm,
could have been better and should have been and had that game and
mhm,
would have beaten Alabama. But the fact that Alabama just barely beat South Carolina, just yeah, it goes to the fact
mhm,
that they're not that good. But
mhm,
because of the conference they play in, and because that all that, like we said before, the points don't matter or how much you win by doesn't matter.
mhm.
Um, it's strictly that's a conference win. So now it's gonna make them look better. And now we're gonna see a lot of shitty teams
But
in the
well,
playoffs.
but this is the beauty. This is like why like I said last week. I love this time of the year in college fucking football because they got 3 games, man. And I think it'd be highly unlikely. Like it might be possible, but highly unlikely that if they get another loss, that they would be in the playoffs. There's just too many undefeated teams. You know what I mean? So
Bama.
yeah, Bama. So
Okay.
like so
You,
they got
they
three
have they
tough
have
games.
they have two losses now, right?
They got I think they got one loss, man. They only got one loss.
Alabama?
Yeah, they only got one loss, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they
They
beat
should
Georgia.
have they should have two.
No,
They beat
they no,
Georgia.
they should do. They should have 3. Like
Yeah.
because they almost lost to Cal, and then they almost lost to what was it? I gotta pull it up. But anyhow, man, like 2.5 for
Yeah, Miami almost lost to Cal, not Alabama.
this. Yeah, I got it all sidetracked.
Okay. That's all right.
I
We'll
done
stay
put
on
takes
track.
earlier. But anyhow, like I was saying, but they got 3 games. Like I'm over here tripping. They got 3 games coming up, so I don't see the likelihood of them actually fucking making it to the playoffs because they got some tough ones, man. They got Tennessee. I think it's at Tennessee,
Yeah,
and then
Tennessee.
they got Missouri, and then they got LSU. Like I see a loss in one of those 3 games. I could probably see 2 losses, and I think LSU is going to show up with that defense, and they're just going to because it's Bama. They know
Yeah,
that they smell blood in the water. They know that it's not the same. It's not the same college. That it's not the
but
same program. You know what I mean? So
that's what I get. I think this playoff, the setup is gonna like cause these conference
mhm.
games to be that much harder.
Yeah.
But also for the teams on the outside, when these conference teams are beating the shit out of each other and causing these great games,
Mhm,
um, as long as they win that conference, they get a and it's a power five, they get
mhm,
that spot in the playoffs. So
mhm,
when they go and play these shitty ass non-conference teams, it really takes away from it mattering,
mhm.
right? Like it really doesn't matter as much if you lose to a non-conference team, whereas in the past, a non-conference loss was devastating.
You're done.
Yeah, you're
You
done. But
you had a higher likelihood of being able to stay in the conference
yeah,
if you had a
but now it's okay if you
mhm.
lose to those teams, as long
Dude,
as you win your conference,
brother,
you're gonna
you didn't see the championship. You didn't see anything if you lost one game, man.
nothing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like now you're gonna have potential. You're gonna have maybe at least a one loss team that's gonna probably be in the run for a championship. You might even, if everything lines up, you
Or
might
is
have
it two
fucking
lost teams?
yeah, two loss teams. But I think Alabama's not gonna because who they lose to, they're not gonna make it in the playoffs.
Did they? I don't know how they restructured everything, but it used to be that what was that? Uh, they used to say it to the naked eye, like if you actually watch the team, you don't go off of their record and who they, you know, yeah, you actually watch the film and
Mhm.
watch how they play as opposed to, oh, this is who they lost to and by how much kind of thing. I forget what the fuck they call that. I'm fucking it up. There's a term for it. But it's gonna take away, I think, a lot from that
Mhm.
because they're just it's gonna be easy for the committee to just
They're
make
gonna
these selections
Dude,
because
they're gonna try to bring them motherfuckers back in. It's
is
Alabama,
there
man.
even a committee anymore?
They're just going. I don't know who makes the ranking. I don't know the group of I don't know, but they're gonna find a way to try. They always find a way to try to get Alabama in there, man. Alabama, Michigan. There's no hope. Like they would if they could,
But
but like they can't.
But if the
You
team starts
know.
going down, Jimmy, they're gonna get away from it. I remember a time when Alabama was fucking pure trash,
No, but what I'm saying, if Alabama loses one more of these three games, it's more than likely they're not going to make the playoffs. I just don't see it because these three teams are pretty low.
right?
They're not top five. They're 8, 18, 11. So if you
Yeah.
lose any one of these, like I think it's going to be so bad that you
Every
already lost and been struggling that you will not even see the playoffs. That's just
and
what.
how nuts is that that you can be ranked like 18th in the nation, but number two in your fucking conference, and then go to the conference championship and win and be in the fucking national championship as like an 18 or 17th ranked fucking team. Like, dude, it's I don't know. I don't know if I like it just yet. This
Yeah,
is our first year, so
yeah, it's all
we'll see
fucked
how
up, man.
I still don't understand how everything works, so I
Mhm.
may be talking out of my ass, but
Oh, I'm the same way, man. I'm still trying to learn how the fucking new programs work.
I don't even know how that nil shit works.
Yeah.
There
Oh, I do. Like I understand that because I follow the money.
yeah, well, I mean, I didn't realize that when they implemented it, that it's so unstructured.
It is
There are like as long as the school has money now, they can just
pay you.
buy players.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's Madden franchise without the salary cap. You go out and you have the money, you're gonna win. That's
Who
why
was
that's why Saban walked away, man. That's why Saban walked away because everything became even. That's why he truly walked away, man, because of Nell. It wasn't because he feels that this, that, no. Because now everybody, if they got money,
the, the playing
they could
field's level?
they could take your quarterback, they could take that 5-star running back, that linebacker, because we're gonna give them more money. We
Who
got a
was
bigger audience.
Who was that quarterback that walked away from a undefeated team? I forget. I had it in my notes a couple weeks ago. Um, he was verbally promised $100,000. And after going like 3-0 or 4-0, he still hadn't seen the money. So he entered the transfer portal, was like, fuck you, I'm out. And then came out and told them this is what happened.
Mm.
He's like, I
Man, that's
walked away because
crazy.
I was told I was to be given $100,000 and never saw the money, so I left.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was some I want to say it was a Pac-12 team.
But that's what it is now, man. And all that shit started with COVID. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The transfer portals,
Yeah.
like COVID hit. COVID
Oh,
changed the whole fucking world, man.
that
Like,
transfer.
yeah, now everybody can do the transfer portal, man. It's like, what?
I don't understand the transfer portal either. Like,
You don't lose time no
when?
more. You don't
Yeah.
lose time no more.
No,
That's
they're right fucking
yeah.
there.
You don't lose time. You might be in the next game, man. Like
Dude,
that's
you know how many
fucking.
Notre Dame quarterbacks? Like, we had like three lined up that were pretty good, and then they entered transfer portals. And I was like, wait, didn't he play for Notre Dame last
Dude,
season? He was there 2 days,
dude,
whatever.
we had fucking last year. We had our starting quarterback. Fucking, that's what he did to us. Leading, like, was practicing everything, and last minute was like, yeah, I'm out, and fucking left. Like,
They
fucking
have to,
running back, offensive line left. I was like, holy shit. Like,
how
yeah,
do you, as a coach,
I don't.
recover from that?
You can't.
How do you work around that?
You can't. It's just like how much, like, what kind of alumni you got, what kind of boosters you got. Because that's now it's a business again, man. But it's going to make them billions. So they're
Yeah.
going to spend money, man, because you got teams now given the opportunity to, like, colleges that have never been seen to actually make good money now. Like everybody's making money. I kind of like it and hate it at the same time. It's one of those like I hate it, but I like it.
I like the idea of it. I mean, I not always, but
Mhm.
I came into these kids need to be paid more
Yeah, they
than
do.
just whatever. Because I used to be that guy that was like, you're getting a free education, but
Mm-mm.
really, what is that nowadays? It ain't shit.
It ain't
Okay. What you're
nothing, man.
getting is CTE and a couple
No.
million to go play puppet for some
Mm-mm.
fucking owner. Anyway, but I love the idea of nil because if done right, you can fucking spend like 8
Mhm.
years in college
Yeah.
football through the transfer portal. You'll have to use that a little
Mhm.
bit, but you're gonna have to be good enough, and then go make money, and then come out with like, can you imagine like an accounting? Like you're smart enough
Mhm.
and you're a good enough athlete, you're set for life by the time
Dude,
you exit college.
dude, that's like Travis Hunter, Colorado, the receiver.
Yeah, yeah, that two-way
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. So like him and Deion son Shador, bro, they make so much nil money. Like they make so much nil money. They make so much money over there in Colorado. They're making crazy money.
Yeah, but
Like the dude Travis Hunter was like, they're like, so what do you do? Do you go like spend money on stuff? He's like, I'll do nothing. He's like, I play Call of Duty, I fish, and I play football. He's like, I
he,
go to school. He's like, I just collect the money.
I was about to say he didn't even say go to class because I
But
guarantee
no,
he
it's like
doesn't fucking go to
he
class.
goes to class, man. He goes to class. He's
Yeah,
about to
he
get a
goes to
degree.
offensive coordinator class and defensive
Come on,
coordinator
man.
class.
Like I don't know what his grades like, man, but like
I don't know either, but
that's how that program works. Like Dion's program works like that. Like he makes them go to school. Like you
he never went to school,
come
motherfucker.
on,
Deion
man. Like
Sanders at
if
Florida State. Come
brother,
on,
like if
he
you
didn't do
watched
shit.
if you watched like they had a show where they talked about everything and they all the teachers came up and was like, yeah, like he's really into academics. He's like,
Oh, yeah,
if
okay,
they miss an exam or anything, guess what? You don't play that week. Like
okay, okay.
that's
Well,
how he's
then
old
him
school,
as a
man.
coach, yeah,
Yeah.
I would buy that, but him as a
Yeah.
player was
No,
not
no,
the
no, no.
fucking.
Talk about a head coach, man. I mean,
Okay,
that's what he is right now.
okay.
Him as a player, man. Come on,
Yeah, I was
man.
about to
Like,
say I was talking about him as a player.
that's prime time, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He ain't going to class.
yeah, he ain't
He
going
ain't
to
never
class.
seen Dion in fucking
But I'm talking
economics.
about as of right now, his program. Like, he got a good program, man. Like that
Yeah,
dude. Like,
and I applaud him for it.
yeah,
I just I think he when you
yeah. I
yap
don't like that.
this loud, when you yap this loud and then get bit back,
Mm.
don't fucking cry. And then everyone wants to listen to the like,
I don't
oh,
like
poor
that part.
baby.
Yeah,
No, like,
I
dude,
don't like that part. I don't like that part.
Dion has always had a mouth on him. He's
Yeah, he's
always
always
been
still
loud.
does.
He's always been this. And you know what? And he could back it up.
Mhm.
And now it's getting to the point where, you know what, dude? You're not what you were on the
Mhm.
field as you are as a head coach.
He is.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. On the field, he was a Hall of Famer.
Okay,
Okay, he's not a Hall of Fame fucking head
but he
coach.
hasn't had enough time.
Okay,
This is like his third year, so
but
but
he
he's a
has,
good coach. He's a good coach.
dude. I'm not
Mhm.
saying he's
Yeah.
not. What I'm saying is his mouth is fucking
I
writing
don't like that.
checks that
Yeah,
his ass can't
yeah, yeah,
catch.
yeah.
When
No.
before, because he's used to his entire career
Mhm,
being that he could do that. He could talk the game and fucking go out there and be it.
mhm.
He's not he's not doing that now. But everyone else is still like, we're still gonna be big mouth, and it's kind of it's getting humbled a little bit.
Well, my
And
my thing about Dion, my thing about him is that that's the only thing right now that I could generally say. Like I agree 100% with you. Like is that I don't like the fucking mouth. I don't like how he's out there on front page and fucking being extra about everything. You know, games, like talking loud, all that shit.
you're a
But
head coach.
but his coach, like, dude, that Kansas State game showed me a lot. Showed me a lot about that program. Like they did, like you gotta like you get your like pretty much number one receivers, Horn and Hunter, both go out, fucking out like immediately, and then you still almost win that fucking game with no offensive line. Shakir was fucking running for his life. That kid was getting murdered. Like
Jimmy,
you know,
before we get into that, we're gonna pause
uh
so I can pee. And we're back.
yeah, oh man,
Dude, I almost orgasmed. I pissed so
whoa,
good.
come on.
I
I'm
pissed so good. I almost orgasmed. Woo! Ooh. Okay, but before we left, we were talking about the Kansas State at Colorado game.
yep,
And I have to tell a story about this game.
come on,
As you know, I'm married to a Kansas State fan.
Stacy.
So, what had happened was we were watching that game and then we went to bed because it was a late fucking game.
Oh, it's stupid.
Late as shit. I don't understand. That's the only thing I
Like
hate about
1:30,
living on the East
yeah,
Coast, dude.
like 1:30,
Fucking
2
football
o'clock.
games, dude. A USC or Utah Washington game, it sucks when they're fucking doing well because they get prime time
Mm-hmm.
and the game starts at 10:30 Eastern time. Like it's not gonna end at 2
Mm-mm.
or until 2. And that's kind of like what this game was. So we
Mm-hmm.
go to bed. I wake up, it's the fourth quarter, and Kansas State's up, I think 24-14,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And they're talking like, oh yeah, Kansas State's been doing well the entire game. Buffalo hasn't been. All of a sudden, the Buffs start turning it on. They go down the field, they score a touchdown, they get a fucking turnover. Then I think Kansas State gets a turnover
Mm-hmm.
and then does nothing with it. So it's going down about 7 minutes, maybe a little bit lower. Can Buffalo's up
Mm-hmm.
in the fourth quarter. Um, I'm asleep. I've got my CPAP. I've got a puppy. I've got a wife, and then I've got a remote. Past that, so it's like I'm sitting there like watching the game. I wake up and it's the fourth quarter, and this is going on. All of a sudden, K State's up, and now Buffalo's coming back and or the Buffaloes, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Colorado's coming back, and all of a sudden on my Samsung TV is like it's K State has the ball. They don't complete a pass.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 10, and now it's going on 3rd and something, and the Samsung TV thing pops up and is like, "Where you haven't been active for so long,"
Oh
and
no,
so
man.
I'm like, oh, this is the fourth fucking quarter. The game's about to
Yeah.
fucking end.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking for the remote. The dog's there. I'm like, oh, the CPAP's on. I can't get up. Like, fuck it. I'm just like praying, not really praying, but like, okay, it's third
Mm-hmm.
down and 10. K-State's probably gonna not get this, and Buffalo's gonna win the game. Just let me hear this play just play out. Well, I don't know what happens, but it delays long enough that the TV shuts off before the
Mm,
game ends, before that plays. And so I'm like, oh well, fuck it. Like the wife's gonna be upset tomorrow morning.
mm.
Oh, dude, I wake up the next morning and go check my phone. K-State pulled that fucking game out.
Man, Colorado was robbed. Like they were robbed, dude.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
What
they were robbed.
happened?
So they had the ball back, and so Colorado got the ball back, and they were going down the field, and they threw a pass towards the sideline, and it was blatant. I'm talking about, man, like blatant pass interference. Dude didn't turn his head. Like arms ran into the receiver while he's trying to come back. God never turned around. Like damn near tackled the dude, and they're like, "No, I don't see pass interference there." Like what? Like man, like I saw something so special in Colorado, man. Like just the struggle that they went through just in that all season. They ain't have no offensive line. They have no run game. Fucking run game is non-existent, like zero. They fucking I think they got like 300 yards in 6 games.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well,
fucking horrible.
all their running comes from their quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, no, he don't. He's not a running quarterback. He
He's
don't
a
even.
scrambler though, isn't he?
Yeah, he adds time. Like he's not gonna take off down the field. He'll
I
run,
will
but like he will not. He is not like
I will hand it to him. I saw during that fourth quarter him stand in the pocket and take a couple big
that's what he
fucking
does.
hits.
He's a pocket
Oh, I
quarterback, man.
will
Like
I will give that to him.
he extends
He took some
plays.
big fucking
Dude,
hits.
he has no line. They pretty much have the worst offensive line in college, man. Like it is horrible. But yet, like their quarterback probably still gonna be, if not number one, top three draft picks next year. Like that's what that kid's gonna be. But the thing that I saw in that game, man, like I said, the Horn went out first, Travis went out. Now he has zero receivers, none. So he's
Horn,
trying Horn Jr.
yeah, from New Orleans.
Yeah, look,
Remember?
yeah, yeah. His son,
Dude,
yeah,
we're
his
so
son.
old. We're so old
So,
now that like we're watching the sons of the dudes we watched,
it's crazy, man.
like are now in the NFL too. Like
Like
fucking
Emmett Smart,
McCaffrey.
like Emmett's son. I don't know if he's coming out, if he got out, and then yeah, there's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of fucking like
Dude,
crazy
it's
shit.
usually it,
Rice got a son out there that he's a baller too. You know.
it's usually like in the NBA where I was listening to a podcast earlier about this, and they were talking like in the NBA, if your dad was like more of a not an all-star, but like a great position player,
Hmm.
like shooter, like it skips a generation and then the son becomes an all-star like Curry, like
Yeah,
step
it skipped his daddy.
yeah, Daddy was a great player, was a
Yeah.
fantastic shooter. He was just,
Uh,
outshadowed by other
yeah.
guys. He just was more of a position player. So
Hmm.
like, maybe like Pippen's son or
Hmm.
Kukoc's son, it's gonna be great,
Yeah. Like
He
LeBron's son,
no, he's gonna fail
he's
on
gonna
his
be
fucking face.
horrible.
He's in
Bad.
there because of his dad and
His
fuck
daddy.
that kid.
His
Yeah.
daddy.
That's as far as I want to go in
We're
the
going.
NBA.
Yeah, that's all we're going right now. But no, like Alabama, I saw something in Alabama, man. That's fucking. Oh, not Alabama. Oh, fucking Colorado.
Colorado.
That's fucking. Dude, that team, man. They
Speaking
find
of Colorado,
they
look at
find a
this.
way. They find. I see it. Number
See
5.
this?
Yeah,
That's the fifth fucking recruiting battalion. The Denver, Colorado. I got this as an army recruiter.
come on, man.
You know what they are? They're the Warriors. Come out and play. Warriors. Dude, I think I either stole this as a recruiter when I was
Mm,
stationed in Fort
mm,
Collins, or
mm.
it was the 1 month out of those 3 years that I wrote 4 contracts. And so I ruined 4 guys' life, and the Army gave me a jersey for it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I fell for the shit too.
We all have, man. We
Yeah.
all have. They got us all, John boy. They got us all. They got us all.
I got most of us. So, all right. I don't. Ooh. Let's talk about London games because before we get into the Cowboys and why you're wearing a black Cowboys hat, I want to talk about these London games. Jacksonville is going to see another one because
They
their
just
their
living over
owner
there.
their owner is British, is he not?
I
He's one of those Indian British guys.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I, I know he's from over there, maybe the UK or Britain, somewhere over there. Like he's like,
My biggest thing is, do you look at the stands during these games?
it's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, but Jimmy, I'm
I
not
like it.
buying it. I'm not buying it. The NFL's been up there for a week beforehand. Look at like there's Bears fans wearing gear I've never fucking seen. You mean to tell me that these Brits are no, this is handed
Mm.
out shit. The
I'm
NFL
gonna tell
is
you, like that's exactly what it is.
the NFL is handing out free fucking merch.
That's I
And
guarantee it is.
or these like random guys are plants. You know, I buy the dudes that dressed up like Sunshine, like the Jacksonville quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Like I
Yeah,
buy that. I buy that. But like the dudes that are like in pristine fucking
Jersey.
gear, like wearing merch like
Mhm.
Chicago Bears merch I've never seen. And this goes for every fucking London game, and you're gonna see it next week. Don't pay attention to the Jacksonville guys. And I'll even take into account, are you talking to your dog?
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
snatch. She over there trying to chew on something.
It's okay.
My
You
little
can you
girl.
can yeah,
No,
you
it's
can
not.
show her.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm not buying it. I get that there's the military over there. So yeah, you're gonna see a small percentage of American military supporting their teams. But dude, it is I'm not buying it, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like those fans, I'm not the NFL gear, I'm not buying this
I thought the
shit.
same thing you thought, man. As soon as I saw them, I was like, "Yeah, dude." Like they're out front with boxes, like here, like that's because it looked all brand new. It looked all brand new
Right?
shit. Like it did. I thought the same fucking thing. That's
And it
funny as
happens
hell, man.
every week.
Yeah,
And I think I need someone over in the UK to talk to us about this shit. Like, is this really happening? Because the same thing happened when they did the game in Germany, which I don't, are they doing another one this year?
dude. I think they're supposed to be. This is supposed to be the year that they had the most overseas
Because
up
they
to
already
this
did the
point.
Brazilian one.
Yeah, they. I know they got another, probably Mexico. You know, so they probably
Yeah.
because they always go to Mexico.
We got two in the
Yeah,
UK.
I think they probably got one probably in Germany. Like pretty much like the damn Jags are just living over there, like you said, man. They're just fucking
Send me. I want some of that free merch. That's what I
even
want.
even with home field advantage, man. They fucking still getting the ass handed to them.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know what I mean? So
Jacksonville's got something. They got I had high hopes for them. I talked about them earlier going into Chicago and beating them, and that is why I am wearing this. I don't know if you noticed what kind of hat this is,
that's
but
corduroy, man.
yeah, it's corduroy. That is a motherfucking Chicago Bears. My nephew hooked me up with this. I had a retirement party after I retired from the military, and he got this for me. And then I kind of fucked him because 2 years later I jumped ship, or 3, 4 years later, whatever. Last year I jumped ship from being a Bears fan.
I get it,
But
man.
dude, I have it in my notes. I wanted to bring up my curse, and I guess this is the best time
Yeah,
to Kenny. And so that's why I'm wearing this now,
yeah.
because the Bears, dude, at the first half of this last game, Caleb Williams looked like
He wasn't
shit.
bad.
No, it was shit. He was shit. He wasn't making good throws. The throws, Komet was wide
Mhm.
open and then forced himself into the end zone. But then the second half, I was watching and it started to change my mind. He was scrambling well, even though he has a horrible offensive line. And then he starts dropping these passes in. And I had to make the notes about my curse. I was like, it's because, dude, now all of a sudden I jump ship, and then I jump ship
Mhm.
before the season even started. As soon as the Bears drafted Caleb Williams and traded Justin Fields, I jumped ship and I joined the Miami Dolphins fucking fan base. Go Fins.
Go
Uh,
Fins.
but now look at the devastation that has come across Miami, not only through their football team, but through hurricanes. I am a force with this curse. I have destroyed an organization within before the first half of the season and allowed the Chicago Bears now a, a window of opportunity, a glimmer of hope for every other Chicago Bears fan that stayed put. So you're welcome, Chicago.
Dude,
And I'm
literally
sorry, Miami.
6 months, man. It took you 6 months.
That's all it took.
6 months to destroy that whole organization. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to laugh, but damn. I think it's true, man. I think the curse is true. Because especially like it'd be one thing, but your Bears, man, like they're not looking pretty. Like they're not looking, but they're fucking
All of a sudden they're
they're
winning
fucking
and
winning. They're
like
4-2, man.
Caleb Williams is figuring it out. Like it's he dude, that game, if you watch the first half of that game as opposed to the second half, he is a
That's
different fucking
I'm telling
quarterback.
you, man. Like not this just the last game you're talking about. You should have watched the previous game.
I saw
That
that one too. I
he
didn't want to
balled
talk about
out.
it.
Like
That was
he
the
balled
Carolina
out. He
game,
had that was he. I
I
know it
think.
was Carolina, but the same thing. Like the first couple of drives, like he was sputtering. But then it was like, okay, I figured it out. And then like the dude, when he wants to
I
launch it and how accurate he is, like he got an arm, like he got an arm. His accuracy is good sometimes, but then it's horrible other times because he's not doing great, man. Like I don't want to get fucked up. Caleb Williams is not doing great.
I don't yeah, he's
Like he's
not
not
great,
doing great by any
but
like,
he's
but
getting
as
better, and that's what scares me.
he's doing good as a rookie. Like for a rookie, like he's winning games that he has to, and I mean, he shitted
He
the bed that one time where he horribly shitted the bed, but like other than that, like he's
I don't want to seem like I'm giving him too much. I'm playing it more narcissistically into my curse is that I feel like I'm because I became a Miami Dolphins fan and now no longer a Chicago Bears fan,
Mhm.
it's allowing Caleb Williams to become better because and that's why I put the hat on and I'm like, you know what?
Mhm.
Fuck you, Caleb. You still suck. So
You try to jinx
I'm
him.
gonna fuck.
I
Yeah. I'm throwing up a flag, a
don't
fan
think it's.
flag.
I don't think it's gonna work,
Who
man.
do
I
they
think
play next week? Who do they play? Who does Chicago play next week?
Chicago
We got
plays.
bye weeks and stuff, so I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure.
Cowboys they're on a bye
Oh yeah, because you know what? You play me in fantasy, and like half your team's
the
gone
whole
because you're a
team. Yeah,
Cowboy fan,
I was like, get
which
the.
hurts me really because
I,
they
dude,
suck so bad offensively. I was hoping you would keep them in.
I was so lucky. I was so lucky to be able to get everybody I wanted to get in the waiver wire. Like I
Yeah,
pretty much got everybody but my kicker. But like
who are we looking for again?
we are
Forgot what
looking
who the Chicago
the
Bears are
Bears,
playing.
like who they play next.
The Bear, I think they're no, they're on a bye week. They are.
And so
Yeah, because Stacy, the wife, has Swift, and she's pissed because now she doesn't have any running backs because
uh,
Mixon's been off and on.
you're gonna find out they're the truth though when they come back off the bye. They're playing the Commanders, man. That's gonna be a good game.
Ooh, Jaden Daniels gonna
Ooh, that's gonna be a
smoke
good
'em.
game.
Oh, I'm still all about Jaden Daniels
I like
and
him.
your fucking boy Canty over on ESPN, who, dude, if you look at our notes, I wish we could date our notes because um we will like we send messages back and forth to each other.
Mhm.
You know, while we're watching games, this is what we're going to talk about. We're like, yeah, putting in my notes, putting in my notes. And then the next day I watch it, or 2 days later, I watch fucking Sports Center. I'm like, they're doing the same shit.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
doing the same
granted,
shit.
yeah, everyone's probably talking about
Mm,
that, but they're talking like
the same,
exactly
yeah,
what the
pretty much.
fuck we were talking
Yeah,
about
I
yesterday.
noticed a couple of things topics that we talked about was the same thing, especially
Which
the
makes
trade shit. Because we started talking about the trade, me and you, before it fucking anybody even knew about the trade.
yeah.
We started talking about
And why is ESPN paying these guys millions of fucking dollars to go on like national television and talk about the same shit that we're talking
it.
about? And we're
Because
doing it with better fucking backgrounds with Ben
nobody
Stiller.
knows us, man. Nobody knows us. That's why we're gonna get there, brother.
We'll find out.
We're
I'm
gonna get
fucking
there. Nobody knows us. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
show
all
him
right.
my buttsicles.
That's probably not gonna
Uh,
win votes, man.
Dude, I don't know. Have you seen my ass lately? I've been exfoliating. I'm hoping it takes out most of the hair, but
That's cool.
yeah. Well, it's supposed to make your skin like better. I don't know. Don't
Okay.
fucking
Hey,
judge me.
I'm not judging. I don't judge people's booty holes.
All right. Yeah, you do.
I'm not
You
Diddy.
should. If you're looking at booty holes, you need to be judging them.
Mm,
I'm just saying. If you see
probably,
one,
probably why I don't look at booty holes.
all
I don't want to judge them.
right, Jimmy. I've got one more thing or
What
two
you
more things,
what you got,
unless you
man?
got something. Well,
I got a couple things, man. But
I
go
want to
ahead.
hear you. No, I want yours. I want yours.
Oh man, so let's talk about the fucking dumpster fire. You probably going It's probably gonna be one of your topics. It's probably because I think we said something about this when we were talking a couple days ago. The Colts. I gotta say something about the Colts, man. Is that gonna be your topic?
No, but bring them up. Let's
Uh,
go. That's what I want to
so
hear.
so fucking what is going on with the whole fucking Flacco and Richardson? Like, did you hear about that shit? Like who's
But they're benching Flacco and bringing Richardson in.
yeah,
It's the same situation. What's going on in Pittsburgh?
but
Why
why?
the fuck are you benching Fields to bring Russell Wilson in?
Why? No,
It's
but like let me do the numbers, man. Like
okay.
so fucking Flacco played 3 games, right? So he played 3 games, got 716 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception in 3 games.
Yeah.
So Richardson played 4 games, got 654 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a completion rate of 50% to Flacco's almost 66%. Like, why in the world? What are you trying to accomplish? Like,
What
I
movie
don't.
is that? What movie is that? Any Given Sunday was like,
Yeah,
well, that's our money quarterback. You're gonna play him. That kind of. I think
yeah.
that's what it is.
But he's not money. He's a rookie. Like Flacco get paid
That's
more
your.
money. It don't make any
That's
sense.
well. I say money, and
Yeah,
I'm throwing up
but
this, and I mean it
that's your starting
figuratively.
quarterback because
Yeah,
you started.
you're you're trying to make him the face of the
Hmm.
franchise, not old ass Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
But Joe Flacco is outplaying your younger, but the big heads, the big money doesn't see it that way. The big money, they're like, this is the guy that we invested in. We want him to be our future. So if he's healthy, he's in.
that's just that.
That's the guy that's gonna bring us the money. Flacco's gonna bring you wins, but Anthony Richardson playing is gonna that's the young crowd, that's the merch, that's the Flacco jerseys aren't gonna sell. Really. I mean, by the time you print them, they're gonna
That's
be out of stock.
but
Or they're gonna stop because Richardson's gonna be back
but
in.
that's losing mentality, man. That's why it's such a what I said a dumpster fire because that's losing mentality, man. Like it don't make any sense that you have the opportunity to fucking probably win your division with Flacco because you'll probably win that fucking division. You know what I mean? Or have a good chance of fucking winning that division. Definitely fucking gonna make it to the playoffs. Like why? Why would you continue to keep playing this rookie when you know that he's not ready for this position yet?
And I
Like,
think you're getting into the heads of NFL head coaches dealing with owners and
yeah,
GMs,
it don't make any sense, man.
or I mean, what Dallas doesn't even have a GM because it's Jerry and a head
We
coach,
don't,
right?
yeah.
So I think that's where you're getting into their headspace
Hmm.
where they're thinking more game oriented, whereas the owner's thinking business oriented.
Hmm.
Yes, he wants to see wins, but also he wants to see wins with his draft pick quarterback, not with his backup old guy that they're not paying any money to. Because who gives a shit?
It's
Who
just
gives a shit about $750,000 a game or whatever the fuck he's making? I don't know. That's probably way too high for a backup. But uh yeah, who gives a shit? He's pulling off wins, but no, I want my
hmm
face of the franchise, the guy I paid or we drafted for. That's the guy that's gonna pull money in for us further on down the road, not Joe Flacco.
it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's just
And
fucking.
that goes along with why the hell is Pittsburgh benching Justin Fields and bringing in Russell Wilson when Justin Fields has like 10 touchdowns, one interception. They are 4-2, I believe,
Yeah,
since
they're 4-2. Yeah,
starting. Yeah. You have a winning but now that makes no
it
sense to me
doesn't make any sense.
other
But
than the fact that
they
I
gave
guess
him the position. They gave him the position before he got hurt.
I
That's
bet it
that's
was one of those verbal things like you come
because
back
like
healthy.
because I remember before the season started, they came out and they were like, Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback. Da, da, da. They like the coaches, everybody came out. They all said that, and then he got hurt. So they were like, "Hey," so I guess they're just doing it loyalty. Man, look, man, like to me, like if I was in a situation where I either ran the organization or was a coach, I'm staying with the hot hand, man. Like I'm staying with the kid that got me to 4-2. You put him in it, like because in that fucking division, man, that shit could turn so fast, man, and it could fuck everything up. You know what I mean? Like you
So
have to.
do you think Tomlin is backing this?
Yeah, he Tomlin runs that shit, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
So
there's
he's
he does not have the owner or GM telling him what to do. Like, that's Tomlin.
so
That's
you think Tomlin is really going to go with Russell? I mean, he is.
I think what it is.
Why?
I
Why?
think I think what it is. I think there's two reasons why it'll make sense to me. My logic of it. I don't know if
Okay.
it's his. I'm just talking for mine. One, you could fucking stop. You hope that he kind of fails, so then you could stop the people from saying that you need to put Wilson in because he might be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But if he shits the bed, you're not going to hear that. You could put Fields back in that position, which I think that anytime you take a quarterback out of a spot and then put him back in is a bad move. It's just you fuck up their confidence. But I think that what they're thinking is to silence all the noise going further down the road because there's no other reason to put him back in. I mean, this kid, like, if you were going to do
Dude,
that, like,
nobody is talking that Russell Wilson is going to be the better quarterback
he's
if
not.
he's healthy.
He's not.
So who are you shutting up?
But no, like people are going to say that. They're going to fucking discourage, just like always. As soon as you start losing games, the first person you go after is the quarterback. And there's always going to be that chirping that's going to fuck up the organization where they'll be like, well, if Wilson was in there, well, if Wilson was in there, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what
but
I'm talking about, that
yeah,
perspective.
but he's so the but Justin Fields hasn't done that. He hasn't started losing yet.
I mean, he did lose those 2 games, and like he kind of
He did, but he's again,
he
we'll
did
go
not
back
have
to
good
Caleb Williams.
games. He didn't have
He's
good games.
getting better.
Yeah.
He's getting better. He's learning the offense. When you start like believing in your quarterback and when you start telling him, yeah, you're going to be the
Hmm.
starter every
You can't
week,
take him out.
he gets improved.
Yeah.
Or he becomes he's showing, or at least Justin Fields has showed that he's been getting better.
Hmm.
And now you're gonna like all of a sudden put in Russell Wilson. That it's you're gonna destroy his
It
confidence.
don't make sense, man.
It
It
doesn't.
you can't like and everybody that fucking knows a little bit about football and knows about the quarterback position is that it's about rhythm. Like it's about confidence. Like you cannot fucking snatch somebody's confidence from them because they got to work to get back there again. Like this dude, if you were going to bench him and fucking start him, like
Dude.
dude, like real shit, Wilson was healthy last week. If that was going to be the case, why didn't you do it last week? You know what I mean? Like he was cleared to come back last week, but they didn't. So I
Can I
don't
hope?
understand like why. It's
I'm
just
gonna
crazy.
go out on a limb and hope
I'm on.
something happens because circling back to where we started out with the trades beginning, I am hoping so much now that
Yeah, I already know where this is going.
what I said originally, Justin Fields gets
Yeah,
traded down
yeah, Miami. Yeah, I said.
and
So
he's
you're
gonna
hoping. So
do
you're
so.
so you're hoping. You're hoping that fucking Wilson the ball out. I just don't
No,
think. Like,
no, I think Wilson, I I think it's a bad choice for Pittsburgh to bench Fields the way he's been playing.
mhm.
But now that they've officially come out and say that he is benched and Russell Wilson will start, I now hope because, like you said, if they end up bringing Fields back in, he's not going to be the same
It's not gonna
quarterback
be the
he
same
was before.
because he's gonna be worried that maybe all right, so maybe they might take me out again if I do
Yeah,
bad.
you're
So
only
it's
putting
just
me in there again because
yes.
why did you go with him in the first
I don't
place?
understand that,
You lost us two
dude.
games, whatever, or however many amount it takes for them to put him back in. But that confidence is gone. It's
Hmm.
shot. So now I'm hoping uh Pittsburgh just comes up with some bullshit like we'll trade Fields because look at his record, what he did for us. We
Hmm.
can dump him to Miami, hopefully get a couple draft picks. I don't know what the fuck they're
Mm.
thinking, but it could be something like that. And I hope that Miami is already on the phone with Pittsburgh right now because, dude, Tyler Huntley did not pan out. Whoever the fuck it was before Tua when he
Yeah,
went down,
you don't have
had
you don't yeah
nothing.
you don't have any backup. You didn't go into the season with of any kind of backup, man. Like no proven backup. That's a bad combination. Especially that's just bad organization, man. Because you know to his injuries, man. Why wouldn't you have somebody
Dude.
that could at least read
And
a
to
fucking playbook, man?
yeah, and the biggest what hurts me the most thinking about this, about the Miami Dolphins, is a player as, and I'm gonna tell him or say it, as mediocre as Tua is,
Hmm.
for that guy to go down and destroy your entire fucking organization for I mean, granted, it's the most important position in all of
It
sports.
is. It is.
Um, but to that dude, he's not Joe Montana. He's not Steve Young. He's not fucking Dimmer. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not CJ Stroud. He's not any of these other fucking Josh Allen. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
Uh, you know what he
If
has?
Patrick Mahomes goes down, you understand the Chiefs tanking. But when Tua goes down, you should be able to bring up somebody that could win.
I think it has a lot to do with like Tua does something that most quarterbacks aren't really good at.
Losing.
No, fucking releasing the ball. Like from the moment he touches that ball to getting it out of his fucking hands. Tua is probably one of the best at that, bro. Like fucking
Tom
just
Brady was. It's
I'm
like
talking
two
I'm
point
talking
three
about
seconds.
I'm talking about right now. You can see it right now because the number one thing that Miami does not have, offensive line. You've seen them when the two backup done had two other quarterbacks back there messing around back there, and they can't do anything. Why? Because they're getting touched, man. Like
But
it was the same
Jimmy,
offensive line.
there comes a point where
I'm
we
just
have to
saying, man.
stop.
That's the difference. That's the difference maker right now. Like you've
There
seen it.
comes a point we have to find a point where, like, not every quarterback in the NFL can have the best offensive line.
Mhm.
You're gonna have weak points. You need to make it work. And I think a lot of that, like we said, it's the most important position in football, the
Mhm.
quarterback. It falls on the quarterback. You need to be able to make your reads fast. You need to be able
And
to realize.
that's exactly what I'm telling you that Tua did. That's what Tua did. Like that's what I'm telling you. That's why it was such a major impact that you look at it now. Like that's what you could exactly see that he got rid of the ball faster than most quarterbacks at that position before him. Like Miami has been without an offensive line for the last 8, 9 years, man. They haven't. Incognito was the last time they really had one solid, good offensive player that
And
worked for
nobody
them.
likes him anymore because he
Yeah,
was a bully.
yeah, but like that like realistically, like Miami has never had a line, man. And Tua gave you that option because he was one of the fastest to read and get it out, get the ball out of his fucking hand, and
I
he'll
think that's
launch that
because
bitch down the field.
I think it was because he was scared, mostly. I
Hell
think
yeah,
mostly
this
because he
guy.
was scared. That's why he's getting rid of it fast because he was
Yeah,
fucking
he
scared.
had to.
Like, I'm
He
now
had
a
to.
Miami fan, but I've never been a Tua fan, and I've never liked the kid, and I don't think he was a fit enough in Miami because he had fast wide receivers
Mhm.
and he was fucking scared. So whenever the ball was hiked, he was like, and just
But
fucking get it the fuck out,
but
and then
it shows how fucking much that Tua is needed for that organization. You know what I mean? Like
and it that oh, and I
it
hate
sucks.
that because
It fucking sucks, but yeah,
he's
man.
really not that good.
Yeah.
He's really not that good. Look at what happened. Look, when Dak Prescott went down,
Mm-hmm.
what was Rust
Yeah,
or whatever?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. That's what it was, not Rust.
Yeah,
Rust, I'm thinking fucking
yeah,
NHL hockey. Go Notre
yeah,
Dame.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
from, but yeah, and they were able to. Where the hell is he?
He's still playing with us. He's our
Fucking
backup.
Miami. The call up Cooper
Yeah.
Rush.
No, he's our backup, man. He's still our
Yeah.
backup.
Is he?
He's still playing with
Oh,
Dallas, man. Yeah. Shit, we ain't getting rid of him. Like
yeah.
fucking,
Why?
like he showed us.
He's
He
your only hope.
brother, he went 5-1 when fucking Dak got hurt.
Right?
Yeah, he
But like
went
I'm
five
saying,
and one.
is Tua goes down, he's injury prone, he's head prone.
It didn't make
Well,
any
dude,
sense why you
bring in
wouldn't have a backup.
somebody like Cooper Rush that can work your fucking offense because you know your money making face of the organization that has
Dude.
3 good games a year, like 3 really good games a year. That to tell you, I'm a Miami fan now, and I've looked it up, dude. Like he has all right games, but then he has like 3 really good games a year, and that's it. That's where
That's
all
all you
these
need,
numbers
man.
come from.
That's all you need. Like the crazy shit is, this is how fucked up your organization is. It's just as fucked up as mine, man, because we're doing the same shit. Y'all know you don't have a quarterback. You know that fucking without a quarterback, your season is done. Like you should have
Yeah,
been on the phone as soon as the trade, as soon as as soon as the deadline, like the deadline opened up. Like
the fuck you doing?
you should have been out there making phone calls trying to find a backup quarterback or a quarterback. Like somebody gets
Tua
you through.
went down multiple weeks ago.
They're
You
not.
should have
They're
been on
not.
the line then.
They're
And
not
they
doing
got on the
anything.
line. They got on the line with Tyler Huntley. Are you fucking
They
kidding?
don't. They don't want a quarterback, man. Because like I said, man, like I don't know if he got picked up, but Tannehill is still out there, and that motherfucker win you games. He ain't gonna be no superstar, but he'll manage a game. He will manage a fucking game better than 2 quarterbacks y'all got right now. Yeah, that organization. I think they're trying to lose, man. They did before. They trying to get
Again,
draft picks.
they've already been
They.
accused so many years
I
of
think they're doing.
tanking.
I think they're doing the same shit all over again. You know what I mean? Because they don't know.
Oh,
I think about it, man. They're not going out. They're not going out grabbing anybody. They're not making moves to do anything. You lose your quarterback, man. The most important piece, and then you had 2 games to figure out whether or not you should maybe go out there and start calling people. And then you're still like games later, like still like, nah, we're good. Like, are you kidding me?
all right, all right. Enough shitting on my organization.
It's just like
Let's.
Cowboys, man.
Yep, that's where we're going. We're
It's just
going to
like
your
Cowboys.
organization. And Jimmy, you've been the longest living cowboy fan that I've known,
Mm,
and I've given you probably the most shit,
mm.
and you know the most about the cowboy organization out of
I know I hate
anyone
them.
that I know. So I want to hear your thoughts on
Hmm.
the Cowboys.
Look, man, like they're like that fucking family member, or if you have kids that are bad and that you fucking just want to get rid of, drop off, and drive away. You know, some of y'all might understand that, and just leave them, but you still love them because they're family. That's how I feel with the Cowboys, man. But it's so brutal. The whole organization, everything, from the fucking. Do you see about the fucking coach? I mean, not the coach, but the owner flipping the fuck out, like going off on the fucking podcasters that he hired, talking about
Oh,
he was gonna fire him.
no, 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 no. Yeah, no.
You didn't hear about
What?
that shit? All
Oh,
right, so
Jerry. You're talking
yeah,
about Jerry?
so the owner, Jerry, like the owner. So Jerry Jones, he calls in weekly to this Dallas Star podcast weekly. Sometimes he might call in 3, 4 times a week, but
These are he 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 backs this podcast, so they
he
exist.
owns this podcast. He
I'm
hired
sure he
them.
does.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, but like it's his people. Like he
Yeah,
hired them.
he's paying them to put out this podcast to talk about the Cowboys.
Cowboys,
Okay.
and then he
Yeah.
calls in. So all they did, man, they just asked him. They were like, hey, they're like a lot of fans are wondering, do you feel like you regret not grabbing anybody out of free agency this year? You know, like lost over 11 people to free agency and didn't sign anybody. You regret that because your team losing? Dude, Jerry went off, started yelling at him, started telling him like, "Oh, you must be the smart guy. You must be the smart one in the group." And
Dude,
then
do you have audio of that? Can you look that up? Because you can put it in
I,
front of the
but
microphone.
I don't know if
Because
we can with
oh,
copyright, man. Because copyright,
it
like
was a podcast, dude. You can put it out. We're a podcast.
so. I don't actually have the video. Yeah, I don't have the video. I just got the fucking column, the column that was
Oh,
written by
okay. Yeah.
ESPN.
If you can give me a quote as to what he
But
said.
this fucking dude, this shit's crazy. Like he goes like this is the first time that I saw my man seriously have a mental breakdown. Like fucking and like seriously. All right, let me just read it, man. All right, so this is what he said.
Mm,
This is what Jerry said. This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reason that I did something and that I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job. I get somebody else to ask these questions. This is Jerry talking to the guy. I would get somebody else to ask these questions. And then Jerry started laughing, like the guy started laughing. And then Jerry, like after the dude started laughing, 'cause he was like, he was shocked, man. He was like, "What's going on? Like, I'm about to get fired. I just asked a question." And he was like, "I'm not kidding," because he was laughing. He was like, "I'm not kidding. You you're not going to figure it out what the team is doing right and what its team's doing wrong. If you are or any 5 or 10 like you need to come to this NFL meeting tonight that I have with all 32 teams, and your genius could sit down and tell us what we need to do." Like, this
He
is him.
invited.
No, but this is him just saying that, like, I'm a genius, you're not a genius, but you come talk to our meeting. Like, and kind of shitted on him about that. And then he was like, "You really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all the things I've done wrong without going over the things I've done right?" Listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans, a lot of great listeners, and very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. But he said, "But one of the stupidest things I ever done that anybody has ever analyzed was buying the Cowboys." He said that was stupid. But no,
What?
because no, this is his argument. And it's like, it was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can't turn into good decisions because I made it into $1 billion franchise. So he said, even when I fuck up, I do good. Like, and then he was like, the facts are when you make one, you don't really know if it's going to be a good or bad at the time. You want some conversation this morning, you're getting it. Like, that's what he said to this dude. He like he told that dude all that, and then he like multiple times was like, "I will fire you and hire somebody else. Shut the fuck up. This is my
Dude.
show." Like meltdown, meltdown, total fucking meltdown. But this is the organization that I deal with, man. This is what I got. Like, it was hard probably for you being a Bears fan, but you
It
did
was
not have
very
an
hard.
owner. You did not have a fucking owner on top of
No.
like
We
dealing with
had
that.
we had Hallis,
Having
dude. We
having a
had
fucking
Hallis.
having a fucking owner like that fucking like refuses to do anything in free agency. Like, perfect example of how much this fucking Cowboys irritate me. So you had two players, your core players that you knew you were going to sign. You had to sign them because their contract's up. So you have to sign them.
Yeah.
So what do? Instead of doing it at the beginning of the season, you wait one couple hours before the fucking game, the other one fucking a couple days before a game. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Everyone, that was the biggest talk, like one of the biggest
oh,
talks
but it
during the
gets
offseason was,
it gets worse,
why
man.
aren't you signing these guys?
Well, he tried using that as an excuse that we cannot sign anybody in free agencies because we got to sign these two guys. He signed them both to a max contract. Both of them pretty much got a max contract. But this is the shit that a lot of people don't fucking understand. This is why I hate the Cowboys. He freed up
You
20.
don't hate them. You love
I
them.
love him, but he freed up $26 million in cap space.
Okay.
So you had $36 million in cap space,
And
but you did nothing with it.
it's tax
Didn't
break.
go
He
out
wanted to
like
make
didn't
some
go.
money, dude.
You could have got Henry $16 million for 2 years. You could have got him. Run
Dude,
game.
did they came out and said he was too expensive, right?
They didn't even call him. Henry came up and was like, "Dallas never contacted me or my agent."
Oh, dude.
They said. Then Jerry Jones came out and said days after Henry came out and said that,
Yeah.
Jones came out and said, "We are not concerned with our run game." But you
You
went out
need to
and got
be.
Zeke. You went out and got
Oh,
Zeke, man.
yeah, because wait, I had that in my notes because
Two
they said they're
contracts.
saving Zeke.
For what?
And that's why he's not, yeah,
For
because
what?
he's old.
No, this dude, like, the reason why,
You
like, we
think you're gonna
struggled. No, like, that dude, fucking Zeke came out. This a whole fucking my whole franchise is a fucking dumpster fire. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about the fucking coaching.
that's what we're
Let's
talking about.
let's talk about the coaching next. These fucking coaches that because Zeke came out and was like, I don't like prior to the game, I don't like how I'm being used this season. Now, mind you, this is even though the fact that he's only getting 2.1 yards a carry. A carry, bro.
Maybe
2.1
that's what
yards.
he's upset about.
Nah, but that's your what your touch is. Like you pretty much that's what you're averaging. Now
For your age, and yeah,
our other running back that should be getting the ball full time, but they kind of split it with him to give you the ball. He gets it 7 to 11 times a game. That Detroit game, he averaged 5 yards a carry. That's fucking insane. For the season, this man is averaging 4.3 yards a carry. The league is 4-4. This man is running league average, and he's getting the ball 7 to 11 times a game. And they say, well, we don't have a running game because you're not running the fucking ball, man. You cut,
they
you got rid of fucking Kellen Moore because you said you want to run first team.
they
You
are
don't run, you don't run the
highly
ball
they are highly one dimensional.
because you don't run the
I
damn ball.
Dude, I was watching. I hate promoting ESPN, but they have all the highlights, so I have to watch it. Um, Detroit ran a play, and they had a guy cut towards the center, and he dropped the ball. It hit him right in the hands. He dropped the ball. I forget who it was. It was because wasn't Detroit that played Dallas last
Yeah,
and
they
just
played
beat
last
the
week.
brakes off
Yeah,
them?
they beat the shit
Yeah.
out of us.
Yeah,
Scored
because
9 points.
Dallas hasn't won a home game at all this year. Sorry,
We're 0
we're
and 3,
bringing it
man.
back up. Yeah,
We're 0 and 3. Yeah.
horrible. 0-4, I believe.
Best
Uh,
record last year is fucking home field advantage. Like best record to this year.
he has Jerry World is now a place for his team to die.
No.
But they ran a play, and it was the receiver Jameson Williams. That's who it was. Dropped the ball. They
Oh,
ran
you talking about Mike Williams?
no. Jameson Williams for Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, against Dallas last week. First quarter, ran a play, cut across the middle. The ball was a little bit behind him, dropped it. They called the very same fucking play the next play, and they get a first down off it.
Dude,
Like
like
the
it's a
defense
train,
doesn't learn.
bro.
Like
No, it
what
ain't.
the
It ain't just that, man. Like every aspect of our team is suspect, man. Like fucking every aspect.
But that's unheard of, dude, for an NFL defense of
Dude,
that caliber.
it's Zimmer.
Granted, a lot of your guys are hurt. I
Mm,
mean,
mm,
but Parsons, whatever. There shouldn't be an excuse to allow the same play to
mm.
happen back to back, thrown to the same wide receiver, and the second time it be caught.
You're talking to a defense this year that's fucking just that's can't stop the fucking run. Can't stop anything, man. Can't stop a fucking nosebleed. Our defense can't. They had one good game
They can't
against
stop from
Cleveland.
losing.
They had one good game against Cleveland. That was a really solid game. You know what I mean? That was
It's
fucking solid.
Cleveland, dude. Like you said
And
before,
and that's what I
it's
told you.
Cleveland. They're
But
shit.
like we haven't like fucking Dallas has not fucking produced on the coaching aspect of it. Like we don't have an OC, man. We fired our OC because he said that he was fucking number one offense when he left. He ran the like he did not like Kellen Moore does not run the ball. We ran the ball more with Kellen Moore than we do now with McCarthy. And he said he wanted to be a run first team. And then he tried using this lame excuse that we don't have running back. We got running backs. Like you saw Dow come in that fucking Detroit game and was like right out the back. 5 yards of carry, out the backfield, 8 yards, 11 yards. They like Cooper Rush came in, they changed the whole game plan and fucking like they started going down the field. Like I don't know what it is when Dak's in the game. Like fucking I don't know, but like the coaches don't call the right plays, bro. They
It,
don't
it's
they don't they like we don't need to be a pass run like a passing team. Like
it is
Dak is not
time.
built off that.
It is time for Jerry Jones to. Sorry, he needs to pass
He's
the fuck
not.
away. He
Yeah,
needs
he's
to
not.
die because
106.
Dallas will not get better until Jerry Jones is dead.
Brother, he's
That
gonna be 106. He's gonna be in a wheelchair.
yeah, running that fucking team
Still
into
doing
the
it, brother.
goddamn ground,
He's still
and
gonna be
it
doing it,
won't
man.
matter because he doesn't make his money off the Dallas Cowboys. He makes his money off everything else, oil and whatever else that.
We're never gonna get a proper coach in there. So like that's what's so difficult about being a Cowboy fan, because you would never get a proper coach. Like you need a coach. Number one, McCarthy, since he's been there, we lead the league in penalties. So that's something we are undisciplined.
You
Playoffs
need a
come.
GM.
Bruh, playoffs come. Like we fall to pieces. Why? Because we're undisciplined. Like we need a coach that's disciplined. We need a hard knocks like fucking like I'm gonna push your nose to the fucking ground type fucking coach. Like
Dude,
we won't have that because we got
just
Jerry.
just like Notre Dame needs to join a conference in order to win a national championship, the Dallas Cowboys need to get a GM and Jerry Jones to die in order for them to win
Bro,
another Super
we Dallas had the perfect opportunity to fire McCarthy. What they do? They fucking tell him come on back home, man. They tell him come on
And
back
that's
home.
all on your owner, dude. That's
Like
like it's all on
it's
Jerry.
it's all about making money. Like the dude makes money. He's a businessman. He
Yeah.
makes money. Dog, I am so glad. That's why I'm wearing this. I am so glad it's basketball season, man. So I can watch my basketball. Cause I usually get 2 to 3 games, like 2 games a week, man. So like I'm okay. Like I'm okay with that. Like that's where I'm at right now. I'm just tired of the
You're already
Cowboys.
checking
Like,
out.
look,
You're already
I'm
checking out on your
I'm not checking.
Cowboys.
I'm still gonna watch, man. I'm gonna peak. I'm gonna peak on Sundays, man.
Well, I don't have any basketball
No,
gear. I'm gonna have to get
no,
some.
no.
I
It's
think I have
just
a Chicago Bulls beanie
yeah. It's just
because
I just
we.
I just put this on because I didn't want to disrespect myself by putting it. I have a jersey probably back on next week, but
I'm
this
sure you
week
do.
this week I couldn't put a jersey on, man. I couldn't do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna go with next week. I think I'm running out of football jerseys. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to start wearing my wife's stuff like Tony Gonzalez, and
Come on.
it's gonna be all tight on me like a half little fucking mesh jersey.
Yeah, right.
we'll
Hey
get the
man,
we'll
it'd
get
be
the
like
gay vote.
it'd be snug, man.
Yeah.
It'd be nice and snug, brother.
All right, Jimmy. I had one more thing I wanted to get with, not get with, but talk about
Oh,
before.
fuck the
Uh,
Cowboys.
yeah. Fuck the Cowboys. Um, that Stefan Diggs accusation.
Ho
What?
ho ho.
Let's
Ho, 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 ho.
that kind of got buried with this other news that's going on. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So I don't know how factual what I read, like because it's like I had to do some digging to try to find that, but I don't know how factual it is. But they said the woman that is accusing Diggs of that also had a run in, had an issue with his brother. Like
With
over
Dallas,
it wasn't
over in
sexual.
Dallas.
It wasn't like no, his other brother. Like his other
Oh,
yeah, no.
wait, there's a third brother because there was Stefan Diggs, and then
They're
you
they're
guys had
they're
a Diggs. What
there's
happened to
they're
him,
brothers.
Trayvon?
No, we got Diggs.
Trayvon?
Yeah, we got Diggs.
Where the fuck has he been?
He's still there. Like
Oh,
he's
is he? Because
yeah,
he ain't
he
doing shit.
ain't doing shit. He's coming
Yeah,
back from injury, man. Hey,
oh,
back from
okay.
injury.
Because remember, he used to be
Yeah.
good. Like I remember him
Hey,
being a thing
yeah,
during that hard knock.
he tore his fucking what the fuck he tear his fucking Achilles? I think he tore his Achilles or ACL or something. He tore something
Oh,
bad.
okay.
He missed the whole year last year. Like he missed the
Yeah.
whole year. But no, like fucking. So what happened was she had an issue with a relative. It was one of their relatives had an issue with, and then it came back, and then it was what you're talking about. Go ahead, tell him about it, John boy.
No, it was an accusation of domestic violence, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Something.
what kind of domestic violence?
Look, hold on, I gotta look up the story. Was it sexual?
It was,
Hold up.
it was like
Wait,
butt
dude.
rape. I think it was like butt rape or something like that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's not bad, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It
that's
was
not good for him.
it
And he's
was
down in Houston now. Houston.
so
So wait, this happened in Buffalo.
that's what they're saying.
But and just like us now, like we're trying to look it up. That story came out last week, kind of
Hmm
early, and I haven't heard shit about it since.
Everything just disappeared.
I
Like
feel like it just
yeah.
got buried.
Like I said, I don't know how fucking really true it was, but yeah, I saw it. It came out as an alert on my phone,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Ain't no way,
fucking
ain't no
A,
fucking
dude.
way."
Like,
So,
oh, of course these rich guys are getting accused of doing bad things because
mhm.
that's what they do, or being accused of. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but if I was a multimillionaire, I don't get it because these guys put themselves in these situations.
Mhm.
Like the DUI guys, I never understand.
Yeah.
How in the fucking hell
The
are
team
you,
gives you drivers, man. That's the crazy shit. The team gives you
dude?
drivers.
I bet like I don't have many friends right now, but I bet if I became a multimillionaire, I could like ask any one of our friends or whatever, like somebody reach out and be like, dude, I will buy you depending on how much I'm making, I'll get you a fucking Bentley
Come
and you
on.
can just keep that car. But that's the car you got to come pick me up in when I call you. I'm gonna give you a cell phone, I'm gonna give you a car, and then whatever, and then pay you. And then whenever I call you, you just got to come get me. Like,
No,
I
no.
don't understand. Like, I don't understand how these guys are getting DUIs. I don't understand how these guys
I wouldn't.
like we're just the stupid
I
stuff.
don't think I'll leave, man. If I was rich, I don't think I'll leave the house. I don't, like my fucking location, my house would be. I wouldn't want to leave. It would
I'm
have a
broke and I
bar,
don't leave the house.
bro. It would have a bar in it. It would have a
Yeah,
fucking theater. Like it would have a pool, like, everything. Man, I have laser tag. If I want a fucking laser tag.
but
Like it
also
have everything, man.
I also think that comes from us. We're older dudes.
Yeah.
Like we've lived our life. Like if we were up and coming, like we'd want to be big and famous.
Yeah.
Now I just want to be rich
See,
and left the fuck alone.
if it was like 20-year-old us, like
It's a whole different story.
like
We want to be out there like,
a lot of y'all, I apologize.
look at my little Irish penis.
A lot of y'all got DUIs.
Yeah, I got one.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I wish I had a driver.
Mm. I, I mean, a guy got DUI in my car, and I was supposed to be his driver. So
Yeah, I was in that car
yeah. Sorry,
as a
sorry, Carl.
passenger and got
My
threatened
bad.
by the cop to shut the fuck up
My
in a
bad.
bad neighborhood in bad
Yeah.
news,
Hey
fucking
man,
Newport News, Virginia.
hey man. Hey,
Dude, I had to walk up
I
fucking
know.
Warwick as a,
With a stick like this.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking 140-pound white kid, dude, just ready to get fucking just, I don't know what.
It was rough night. That was a rough night,
On the
man.
ground
Like
and
I remember waking up drunk in the magistrate's office. Like, it was rough. It was pretty rough that night. Yeah.
but
That's
that's
what
a
we need to
story.
do one time. We need to talk about them good stories.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. We'll get into our
Yeah,
DUIs together
let's
as a like a hey, don't do
yeah,
this
don't
shit
do
because it
this. Yeah,
sucks.
don't be
But
stupid.
Jimmy, before we go, let's get into some recommendations. Anything you've been watching? Want to
Man,
talk about?
Penguin,
Yes,
the Penguin. Yeah, I have to say
fantastic.
that I fucking did something that I usually don't do. I like to wait for the whole season to come out before I start watching, but that shit got so good, and now I'm like,
Waiting
wait.
for Sunday, man.
Yeah, I gotta wait. I don't like waiting. I'm impatient. But yeah, Penguin, man, damn, it's like a to me, it's like a better version of Sopranos, man. Like
Dude,
really,
it's the DC version of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, and it's crazy how everything's connected, man. Like how the
yeah.
last Batman, the bridges,
They're
everything, like
making it
water,
work.
yeah, like that. I'm like, shit.
You know what I love about it because it's a Sunday night is
Mhm.
that by the time the NFL games are over with, I'm already passed out
There
like
it
in the
is.
bed. So Monday, the wife
Boom.
is, comes back from work and she's, sleeping during the day. I turn on my shows. I'm like, I got the fucking Penguin to
All
watch,
right.
dude. And it's so much better when you're sober and watch
Mm,
it.
ain't it right, man?
I don't watch it Sunday night because
Mm,
like Sunday
yeah.
night after the
You one
game,
eye.
like, yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Mm.
It's not a good thing, but the next night after that. Um, my recommendation is Caddo Lake on Netflix. Did you watch it?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That was a mind fuck.
Did you understand? Like, okay, I don't want
I
to
don't want
give
to ruin
away.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
don't want to give away too much,
it's kind
but
of a mind fuck, man. So
it's one of those
uh,
movies, but also it's not one of those
yeah.
movies. You understand? Like and I don't want to. The main plot of it, I don't want to give it away,
Mm.
but it is definitely as you're watching it, you're like, oh fuck, oh fuck. But then it's over and you start thinking and you're like, wait a second, how does that like that doesn't work? It shouldn't work. But it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's on HBO Max.
It's
So
all it's all it's all about the influx of water.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We'll call
yeah.
that.
It
Yeah.
was good, dude. One more thing
But
before like we're talking about movies. Did you see they're coming out with the new Wolverine? Like,
yes, yes.
uh,
I don't know if they're. I think they're they are doing
They
it.
were talking about HBO Max. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Ratcliffe, Daniel Ratcliffe
Mm-hmm.
as Wolverine, and it's supposed to take part after the Logan series. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess he doesn't die in
Mm-hmm.
this. So I don't know how they're trying to work that because the Deadpool Wolverine
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing is showing that the Logan Wolverine is dead. But
Mm-hmm.
uh other than that, Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
I've loved or really, really liked everything he's done other than the Harry Potter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
you
want to see
see,
how he turns out, how he works his
dude,
character,
he can get he can get ripped.
man.
Have you ever seen Guns Aikido?
Yep.
Yeah, great. Like
Mm.
everything he's been in other than Harry Potter is pretty good. That woman in
Yeah,
the
my kids like Harry Potter, man.
yeah,
They
the
liked
Harry
all of them.
I can't get through. I still can't get to him without falling asleep. But
You're old, John boy.
he did a horror movie that was like the Black Witch or something like that. I didn't really get into that, but everything other than that's been kind of like indie and low
Hmm.
level, and he's been great. So I'll watch it, dude. I'll
Yeah,
definitely
I'm gonna check
watch.
it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Well, Jimmy, thanks again for doing it. It's another week zipping the make. I'm gonna get it right this week when I do the editing. I'll put our stuff in there.
All right.
So until next week, brother.
All right, brother.
Love you.
Love you, man.